She was holding my hand like she used to when she was 5, light, but with a certain urgency, like she was trying not to let go. "Daddy, I don't really want to go home." The words were almost swallowed by the station noise, but they landed clean, sharp. My fingers tightened around hers before I could stop myself. "Why?" I kept my voice level, though something heavy slid into my chest. She hesitated, eyes darting, the way kids do when they're holding something dangerous in their mouths. "Actually," and then, like she'd been waiting just out of sight, her mother-in-law appeared, smiling. That stretched, polite kind of smile that hides the rot underneath. She didn't speak, just pressed a folded sheet of paper into my palm like we were exchanging a secret we both already knew. Then she turned, guiding my daughter away without looking back. I stood there, fingers tightening around that paper until the edges bit into my skin. Something in me knew, before I even unfolded it, that nothing about my life was about to stay the same. The paper was a single line of neat handwriting. No greeting, no signature. "You need to check who she really belongs to." I read it 3 times before my eyes would stop skating over the words. It was absurd, cruel, impossible. Except, impossible things don't usually feel this cold in your gut. Images began stitching themselves together in my head. The way my ex-wife had been oddly generous about extra custody weekends. My daughter's hair, slightly lighter than mine, darker than her mother's, but with an undertone I could never place. The occasional lingering look from my ex's coworker when I'd run into them years ago. I didn't believe it. I refused to. But refusing didn't stop the thought from moving in, making itself comfortable. I didn't storm into anyone's home, didn't call screaming. That's the thing about certain truths. You don't chase them loudly. You track them quietly, like a predator that knows its prey will run if it hears a twig snap. I began small. I found a pretext to take my daughter for a weekend checkup. A few extra vials of blood drawn for routine labs. The nurse never asked why I wanted a copy. I kept my face calm around my daughter, around everyone. But at night, I was a locked room with a single lamp, cross-referencing DNA testing services, printing consent forms, scanning timelines. Every subtle detail from the past came back sharper. My ex-wife's sudden interest in privacy when she had our daughter. Her habit of avoiding conversations about the pregnancy. Weeks passed. The lab finally emailed me. The subject line was clinical, but my hands shook when I clicked. Probability of paternity, 0.00%. The number was absolute, no wiggle room, no doubt. I printed the report on heavy paper, not to make it dramatic, just to give it weight, something tangible for her to hold while the world she'd built in lies collapsed. I waited until drop-off day. My daughter was inside with her grandmother. We stood outside, polite smiles exchanged like 2 actors hitting their marks. "I just wanted to give you this," I said, handing her the folded report. She opened it. I watched her face tighten, not in shock, but in calculation. That brief, scrambling pause where liars look for a version of the truth they can survive. Her lips parted. "This isn't—" I already verified it. Twice. My tone was flat. The words cost me nothing now. The paper trembled in her hands. She looked smaller, weaker. I didn't say anything else. She didn't either. I'd prepared for shouting, denials, theatrics. Instead, I simply handed her a manila envelope. Inside, a notarized letter adjusting custody arrangements, child support recalculations, and an affidavit noting the DNA results. "I've already filed these," I said. "You'll be served formally next week." Her face drained. You can't just—" "I can, and I did." It wasn't about revenge in the screaming cinematic sense. This was something cleaner. Precision work, removing a tumor without spilling a drop more blood than necessary. She reached for my arm. I stepped back. "I'm not punishing you," I said. "I'm just taking my life back from the version you built." She stood frozen, paper in one hand, silence in the other. I walked away. The first night without the old lie felt like breathing in a room I hadn't realized was filled with smoke. I didn't cry. I didn't rage. My daughter would still stay with me. She would grow knowing truth, not the scaffolding of someone else's deceit. As for her mother, she would live with the quiet weight of knowing that I didn't destroy her. I simply removed her from the position she'd stolen. Some wounds heal ugly. Some don't heal at all. But this one, I would leave open, untouched, for her to remember every day. I once believed the worst betrayal was the act itself. It isn't. It's realizing how easily someone thought they could hide it from you.